right, what up? This is Jared.
This is Kills.
Back at it again with another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. And this week we have new student Starfish and Clams with its knockoff Jaws theme. Alright. So, SpongeBob is going to boating school and Patrick comes over like, hey, let's go jellyfishing, which I'm so happy they did this premise because I'm thinking like, yeah, what? Like, SpongeBob has a pretty well-balanced life, like, if you really think about it.
Yeah, he does.
He's over here going to boating school, then he's working.
Then he hangs out.
Patrick.
He'll go to the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very well-balanced, and I like that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, they're really showcasing, like, he has a diverse life. I like it. So then, Patrick's like, hey, let's go jellyfishing. I got school. Well, why don't you come with me? I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a good premise. Sure enough. Yeah. So Patrick then joins SpongeBob at school, and it goes just as you planned or think it would go. A bunch of nautical nonsense, literally out here just first. Well, I'm sure it's in the
nautical
jokes. Literally, nautical nonsense. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh.
They're over here making fun of Mrs. Puff, cracking jokes in school. SpongeBob gets in trouble, loses his star, and we're going to break down jokes. That's why I'm being low-key a little vague, because we're going to go into it. Mm-hmm. And then in the middle of all that, almost caused the death of an individual named Roger. So, life, death.
That's definitely one of my favorite jokes.
That is a crazy joke.
That's hilarious, though. That's one of my favorites.
They have this bird, or egg, sorry, it is an unhatched egg, named Roger. And essentially the light is keeping him alive. SpongeBob goes on this whole giant spiel about like, oh, if the light turns off, Roger will die. What does Patrick do? Turn off. Life, death.
He starts flickering the light.
I'm like...
That was funny.
So yeah, I am sure, because I was going through, I think because of the meme-worthy and favorite joke, we're going to just run through it. Okay. Keels, what was your favorite joke?
Okay, so SpongeBob and Patrick are SpongeBob and Patrick are in class together. So they're obviously goofing off, laughing and stuff. And so they get in trouble the first time. And so the second time, Patrick draws this picture of Mrs. Puff.
Oh, no.
And it says, big fat meanie on it. And it's just, this misrepresentation of, what Mrs. Puff looks like on paper. And then I like this editing style where the messed up picture that Patrick drew is what the real Mrs. Puff turned into after that. It was like a sloppy...
doodle.
Like a doodle, exactly. He's like, as if I look like this.
Yo.
Big fat meanie.
There's actually a little Easter egg. Apparently, in the later episodes, Mrs. Puff has an alias, and I've heard of this fan theory, because, how she's like, oh, I'll change my name and everything. Apparently, it was Big Fat Meanie. So I like that little touch, that little callback.
What's one of yours?
All right, so favorite joke. It's the fight. It's just so it all heats up to a boiling point of like SpongeBob being tired of Patrick, and I'm not even gonna lie, this burn was like good because Patrick's like because he loses his good noodle star, which means a lot because SpongeBob has 74 now down to 73.
74.
He said it would come to 74. Which also, on the Good Noodle Star, hold on, because I took down their names. Sheila and Horace are bad students because they only have one star. I was like, you guys have one star.
Oh my gosh.
But, Patrick's like, well, why do you even care about a stupid star? SpongeBob's, well, I thought you'd care a lot considering you are a stupid star. I said, oh!
That was a crazy burn.
Yo, Patrick, without hesitation, he killed him. He said without hesitation, "I'll deal with you after class." It is
right.
after class.
Right. He's like, I'm ready now.
Yo. And they, the crowd comes by where they're screaming fight. And they don't even, like, they just fight in motion, like, across from each other.
Right, they're
I'm
punching
like,
in the air.
so, before we get into the meme worthy and what will we change, I was asking Keels, what's your most memorable fight you remember from school?
Okay.
It could be from any...
So, man, actually, it was a series of fights.
Okay.
So, man, this was senior year.
Oh, high school, okay.
Or was it junior year? It was junior year. It was junior year. There was a series of fight. You know when the summertime comes, everybody,
Yep. Wilding out.
right? They're like, oh, it doesn't matter because it's about to be summertime. Oh my god, this one girl they first thing in the morning started punching each other in the face. Another day, somebody got jumped like by a locker next to me. These other two girls fought. Man, it was a crazy week. It was a crazy week. Man, crazy times, man.
Senior.
Shout out Burlington Township.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
All right. Is that it? Is that it for the fights?
That's it. What about you? Do you have any?
Oh, yeah. There's two. There's two in particular because I've never seen, like, I guess, violence to this capacity at school. I'll go in order. So in 6th grade, there were two, I won't name them because maybe I'm friends with them on Facebook. But there were...
yeah, no names.
Yeah, no names disclosed. Full, what was it, name and address withheld. I think that's what they said in the Patchy episode. But, yeah, so there were two cousins. And it was lunchtime, and the one was clearly bigger than him. And the one cousin was like, I knew him, he was in my class, and the other one... I think he might have stayed back like 1 year. I don't know if they were the same. Yeah, maybe they were the same age. But the point is they were cousins. And he just looked like freaking Tyler Bane over here. Like Sabretooth style. Jumped up. Wailed at him in the middle. The tables moved. He was just gunning him directly in the face. Damn. Blood was coming out. And this is the craziest thing. And this is 6th grade. So you're like, okay, but he was big for his age.
Yeah.
But then you're like, okay, well, a teacher's going to come. The one teacher who came, or the aide who was at the lunch thing, got pushed back. He literally was wailing him, pushed back, and then continued to bail on him. I
wonder what he do.
Look, this is what I'll say. There is a resolution to it. I asked him about it because I'm, friends with him. And I said, hey, like, I was there for that.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
And then he said straight up, like, yeah, I apologize, and I saw him on the river line once, and he just didn't say anything, and I'm just like, okay. And then...
That's not a resolution?
It's just...
What the...
I mean...
That is not a resolution.
He attempted to apologize. It's an attempt.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then the second one was freshman year.
Wow.
A kid got expelled because I think I was after school for student council, and this one kid, I remember I was waiting for the bus to get home because they had the 5 o'clock buses that you could catch. And this one kid literally got kicked through a door. Like, the glass broke.
Oh, shit.
I was like...
Oh, my God.
It was like somebody set up, like, prop glass. It was like, whoa. He kicked him through. It wasn't much, but he kicked him through the glass.
Dang.
And he was still kicking him, like, while he was down. I said... That was insane. That was insane. I said, that was insane, man. I'm telling you.
Man.
He got expelled. So... And it was, like, weird, too, because it was just like, well, it's after school, so it's like, there's obviously not as much security there, or teachers, so...
Yeah.
Now, craziest fight.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
All right. Now, the meme-worthy... Okay, come on now.
Yeah, go
24.
ahead. Yeah.
24! You know what's better than 24?
25.
Just the giggles that they do, it's like, yeah, it's not even up for debate.
Yeah, that's definitely meme worthy.
Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, it's like piggybacking off of like the jokes. Because I was debating between that or Big Fat Meanie. But like Patrick really is just going all out with SpongeBob. Like it's just a crazy episode how he takes the stars so passionately when Mrs. Puff is pulling it. It looks like a vein. Like it's literally he's like, no, 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 no. When it rips, it's like a cord has been cut. Like
Yo.
school is for chums.
Pass out. School is for chums.
School is for chums.
Yo,
Where
that's
am I?
funny.
Yeah, like Patrick, the spitballs, throwing books at him. I have to tell you something important. What?
Hi.
Hi. Yo.
Man. And you're already in trouble.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, that's actually another question. Did you have that one kid that you couldn't sit next to in school
Oh, because you
or
know
in
what?
class?
My best friend at the time in 4th grade, I remember for history class, we could not sit next to each other.
Man.
We could not. Because we were just laughing and just making fun and making fun of the things in the books.
Yeah.
Just like...
See, I was that kid. I was that kid with everybody. So, like, yo, honestly, nobody could really sit next to me because...
Dang. You're a bad noodle, Keels?
Yeah, man. I would always be laughing at stuff. And, like, just cracking jokes.
Yo.
And then, especially, like, when I would sit next to another kid who was like that, it didn't matter.
Double trouble.
It really didn't matter who it was. Good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, and like, it is crazy that SpongeBob has been in boating school for that many years.
I know, right?
73 good noodle stars, but not one driver's license.
I know.
All right.
Damn.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, and it's taken me back. As sad as it sounds, I low-key kind of miss going to school.
Do you?
Higher education.
Like college?
Yeah,
college?
college up. Yeah, high school, no chance. I miss it.
Yeah, nah, sometimes I think about high school, but I'm like, okay, those days are long gone. But when I think about, like, some of my college journey, crazy. Definitely crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I more so miss the days, like, when I went to college, like, later as an adult. Because then, like, that's when I could really, like, soak everything in. It's like, okay, I'm walking around the campus. Like, this is what, the different departments are. This is what the buildings are. Because, like, I wasn't really focusing on, like, parties and stuff. So I was actually going to school, when I was, 26? So I think about those days now, as a 34-year-old. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I was walking. And I remember the buildings and stuff, especially when I went to Rowan.
Man, see, and that's the thing too. Like, I think I kind of miss. I was always impacted because there was one course in particular. It was for. Well, I remember my African American study class. It was the same, like, 2 individuals. They were like older adults. Clearly, like, I was 20 something.
Yeah.
And these were like, 60 plus, but they just said, yeah, we just wanted to go to school for the sake of, like, and it was cool. It was a white woman and a black man. And it was just like we didn't go back in the day because we were so used to just go to the workforce and that was it.
Yes, yeah.
So now they're like, I want to, like, really do it. And the one black dude really impacted me in the African American class because the only thing he really knew about his exposure to black history was what he was exposed to on TV and during pop culture.
Yeah.
And that George Washington Carver did the peanut, but he wanted to learn more. And that was kind of crazy. So,
do you wonder, and I guess, like, being from New Jersey, but I guess being from the East
Jersey.
Coast, and then being from the East Coast in general, do you feel like the concept of college and higher education has a lot to do with our upbringing as people who live in the East Coast and also black people who are from the East Coast?
You know what? I'm going to drop some facts. Yeah. I do. And I feel like, from a society standpoint, again, drop it in the comments if you agree. I think that a lot of towns and a lot of societies are really, they build upon who they perceive going to school, and individuals where it's like, you can't go to school. There's also, the system is very broken. As one who had to play the game, essentially the way that you are able to have a full paid scholarship, even if you're the most academic, like astute, like student, SAT scores are good, you have to go into debt to do so,
Yeah.
or you could be dirt. And when you do that, you obviously get convinced with, you got to go to this school and it's a 4 year and keep a certain GPA, and then if you go down, it's like, well, now you have to pay that back. But then dirt poor people, where it's like, oh, like, you can go into any school for free, but like, for most people and individuals, like, I have a family member who's gone through that, where they basically could have had their entire college paid for, but they always prioritize, because they do it in neighborhoods like that, they're going to prioritize work, which means that they fall behind, which means naturally they go into debt.
Yeah.
So because of that, I feel like, from a systematic standpoint, yeah, certain areas are played for, this is prestigious, and especially on the East Coast, I can't talk. Obviously, college did not do that well. But on the East Coast, we have Princeton, we have Temple, Ryder. We have
Ryder's a good
Rowan.
school.
It's a private school. It's just like a. But, we have a good ecosystem of, like, colleges and universities that really set us apart. Mount Clair, like, and I think that, to its credit, I think there is a bit of truth to that. So I don't know. Like, I always try and educate people this way. I know it sounds basic, and I'm sure people say it, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And really think of the long-term goal in, like, think about your debt, think about how you can be the best, like, that you can do. Dedicate yourself to your studies. I recommend community college first, then go to your 4 year,
1,000%.
less debt. And when you do go, do your best. Like, make it your priority. Sometimes you have to sacrifice hanging out. Sometimes you have to do it plus doing work. And I don't know. You just got to make it work somehow. And it's not for all. Some are stronger than most, but there's a whole floodgate of resources, like guidance counselors and tutors. I had to utilize it. Like, like, then they don't tell you that, and I think they do that on purpose. Like, it's just, they want you to, in some cases, I feel like some want you to fail. Professors get paid regardless.
True.
I'm sorry to drop all this knowledge on Bikini Bottom Banter, new Starfish, but nah. But what about you?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it plays an identity for people on the East Coast, because I feel like because so much of the history of, like, private schools and Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like no matter what race you are, but since we're black, you couple that with the fact that we're black, and then, like, education has always been, like, the driving force for us to succeed and have a different life from, like, slavery and sharecropping and all that stuff and Jim Crow. And I just feel like being up here, along with the rat race and the East Coast hustle and bustle, yeah, I feel like it does show up in our culture in a way, that doesn't really get talked about. But yeah, I feel like, man, I definitely feel like college is, I don't know. I don't know. Is it meant to trip you up? Because it's like, everybody who's went to college has gone through that meeting with your academic advisor.
Yeah.
And then, 4 meetings later, you're like, oh, wow, you took 2 classes that you weren't really supposed to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then your credits are good. I say this when it comes to college, which I feel very bad for, as one who's seen what the workforce is like now. it, you know, and just looking at the progression and just like I think about those two students that I mentioned where they were in their 60s and they were going back to school. A undergrad diploma is just not what it used to be. Cold hard facts.
Yeah.
So I feel bad because there's going to be an entire population of now students in this next generation where they're going to enter the workforce with this undergrad diploma thinking that it's going to be enough. And there's a lot of people where it's like, I'm just going to keep on going to school. I remember being a friend with somebody that said they are going to continuously go to school taking like one or two courses every semester until they get to their doctorate, and then it's like we have nowhere else to go to avoid paying debt, to avoid. And I'm like, wow. And that's crazy. But I mean, like, think about it though. Like, I switched my major. You know, I have individuals where I had a buddy where he blew his first year, failing everything, and he had to redo it again. You know, and I think about, and I also
there.
Yeah, and there's people where
I've been there.
they graduate and they think, oh, this is it, I can now work anywhere, and it's just like they end up doing something that's not in their career major.
Yeah.
It's just the cold hard facts.
Yeah.
And you know, like, it's sad that a degree doesn't mean as much as it used to anymore. Like, and I think that's why it's like when I think about higher education and going back, it's like I would just do it for fun, just for the sake of like taking a course and being like, yeah, I can take one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And doing homework again. Like, I like that. I like doing homework. Like, it's just like,
I know. I hate it. I like doing the classwork. I don't want to do the homework.
Yeah.
Like, whatever makes me, like, read the book more.
I think we just told a better episode than new student Starfish.
Right. I know you did.
Any final thoughts before we move on to Clams and, no. Because this is what you guys wanted, right? Yeah. It's just like, no, stick with us. You know, we definitely do deep dives on, like, certain episodes and talk about real society issues and whatnot. You know, it's SpongeBob, but I mean, we talk truth.
Right.
We drop some facts on Bikini Bottom banter.
See, but that's what cartoons, they probably still do, but like...
Political cartoons, what do?
Exactly.
They tell the truth.
Cause a message, to be, a message to be, broadcast, broadcasted to the masses, and it sparks conversation,
Facts. And so no meme worthy, and we'll get into Clams. So Clams.
Yeah, get into Clams.
All right. So Mr. Krabs gets his $1 millionth dollar. And from a customer, crazy line where the customer's like, great, well, what do I win? Nothing.
Yeah, get out.
Get out. Pushes everyone out. Then taunts SpongeBob and Squidward and is like, I'm taking you guys out because you're my noble crew. Yeah. Where are we going to go? And they're naming all these spa places, a colonial place. Takes them out clam fishing. So, SpongeBob's out here being good with the, like, not good, but just throwing everything on the hook. And he gets the $1 million out there. So then, Mr. Krabs trying to get it back, a clam eats it. So now the hunt begins with trying to find the clam that has eaten the $1 million. And essentially also Mr. Krabs going deeper into madness. Of just, like going crazy trying to get this dollar back. So, and if you guys couldn't tell from the title and also from the artwork, it is loosely based off of Jaws, which is very critically acclaimed movie. Highly recommend. Just celebrated its 50th anniversary last year. Let's go.
Damn, 50 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
One of my favorites, man. All right, so Keels, what was your favorite joke?
All right, so just like Jaws the movie, there is a iconic orchestra string section when Mr. Krabs is trying to get the dollar back. It's like, here, go.
Oh, yeah.
You know the song. Go ahead, Jared.
Dun, 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 dun. Yo, it's crazy. No copyright infringement.
Please.
Darn it. Brr, brr, brr. No, but that's also favorite joke as well. I think also the interaction where Mr. Krabs is like, he's telling the orchestra, stop playing the music. And it's heavy stock footage of just like some orchestra doing it. It's not John Williams. It's not. But a look-alike. But yeah, I agree.
When SpongeBob hooked the $1 million, and then it got eaten, and then the clam started swimming away.
Oh man!
When Mr. Krabs is crying, he's like, "Wow, I've never seen Mr. Krabs so broken up." He's like crying, but his whole body is in pieces. He's like, he's crying, but like eating his legs. Yo. He's crying into his mouth.
Oh. You gotta talk about the jump rope thing.
Yo, here, go ahead.
Yo, they're in the midst of that, Squidward's like, no, look at him again. And I think he takes his eyes. He takes the design of Mr. Krabs, he takes his eyes, he pulls his eyes out of his socket. And then uses it as a jump rope, and he's laughing like, I'm like, what is this?
He's going crazy. Yeah, he's progressively losing his mind throughout the episode.
Yeah. And it's based off of Quint from Jaws, how when they're out to sea, he's just slowly losing it. So I think the iconic thing that Quint does in the movie is he takes the axe and just the help radio, he just destroys it. But in this case, Mr. Krabs, first it's not a sandwich.
The sandwich. That's funny.
We have plenty more on the boat. Throws them all in there. Well, we have more food and throws the whole fridge out there, and is like, we're not eating until you find the $1,000,000th. That's insane.
Oh man, do you have any more jokes? Because that's it for me.
Yeah, it was really the orchestra, and I'll be honest, I was struggling to find a meme worthy.
I couldn't find one.
I think if you're not going to include the Jaws theme, the other joke was just the dude for the $1,000,000th. And I guess Squidward, when he's like, oh, like, what's going on when the alarms go off? And he's like, oh, something stupid, I'm sure. And I'm like, dang. Would you change anything?
No, I wouldn't.
Nothing?
No, it was a cool episode.
All right. I don't know. What would I change? I'll say this. I understand the frustration, but I also, and there's a bit in the episode where it's like, let's just swap out the dollar for like another dollar. I get the craziness and madness, but I'm also like, listen, Mr. Krabs, he wouldn't have I feel like he wouldn't have an attachment over, like, yeah, it's the $1,000,000, but it's also like his first dollar. I don't know, so maybe there's that parallel.
Yeah.
I just feel like he was going crazy for no reason. Like, it's just, I truly,
I don't know. Maybe that's a hard feat. You know what I mean?
I feel like there would have been,
and then also think about the time period, right?
True.
Get your $1,000,000.
It means a lot.
That's just like your first.
I wrote this minor thing. Okay. I feel like if Mr. Krabs took the refrigerator to bait the clam to get the $1,000,000th and then realized, oh, that's our only food source. And he's like, that's my only $1,000,000th. Yeah. That would have been a perfect, like, okay, and he also descends into madness. Just a little logic. Yeah. Sorry to throw logic in a cartoon. But that's the only thing I would change. Any final thoughts?
No.
Yeah. I think that's it. You know what?
Cool episodes. Like I said, not as funny as, they used to be, I'll say. Because this episode used to crack me up. Clams?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember this one, like, how I felt about it. I think I feel kind of the same. Yeah. I did know... Did you know when you watched it at a young age that it was based on Jaws?
I had a feeling.
Okay. Yeah. See, I saw Jaws before I saw this episode. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay, so they're doing a take on it. And listen, by all means, little PSA, please go see Jaws. My own wife has not seen Jaws, and we've been together for 10 plus years. Dang. Yeah, it's rough. So yeah, that concludes this episode. But on the next episode, time has come. The good old banned episode of SpongeBob SquarePants that's been pulled on Paramount Plus. The panty raid.
Don't miss it.
Facts. Hey, listen. I will say this. If you can't watch it on Paramount Plus, this is probably your only means of breaking down the episode where we will actually have the joke so it's like you're watching it. So,
Yeah.
another reason to. So drop a comment. You know what? Drop a comment if how you feel about college. I'm going to say, like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about school?
Right.
And how do you feel about, like, what the workforce is going through right now?
Sheesh.
Hey, listen. And if you're in college right now, which looks like a good chunk of our audience is, hey, by all means, how do you feel about the future? That's a deep one. Yo. I don't know, man. Good old Gen Z out there. I feel for you.
Yeah, I feel for you.
All right, until next time. Yeah, Samper note. This is Jared.
This kills.
Another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter in the bag.
Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Don't forget to follow Bikini Bottom Banter on TikTok and Instagram for even more content. Subscribe to them on YouTube and Anchor, plus turn on bell notifications to be updated on their latest episode. And if you've got your own jellyfishing stories or favorite SpongeBob moments, remember to share them with us. You might just hear them on our next episode. So until then, stay bubbly, keep smiling, and remember, subscribe to Bikini Bottom Banter to know all the under the sea.